So are you also still writing articles manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to write gardening blog articles automatically using an AI agent. So over here, like you, I also used to write articles manually, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the title and the details of my articles in my Google Sheet, automatically my AI agent is going to generate the article, and further we can post it on our WordPress account, that too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and then WordPress. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automate the writing of gardening blog articles using an AI agent. So by simply feeding in a few keywords or topics, the AI will generate a well-structured, engaging articles, saving you hours of manual writing, keeping your content fresh and consistent. So let's dig into it. And to get started, we're going to get started with a really simple example. Let's say that I'm just going to enter the topic, the keyword, and the target audience right over here. And now with the help of the same details, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the article content and post it right over here on my WordPress account. So I'm just going to open my WordPress account and go towards the all post section right over here to check for the post posted using these same details. Alright, so I'm simply going to refresh it right from here. And yes, over here you can see the post has been posted, which is best indoor plants to purify air naturally. So yes, now I'm just going to open this post. For that, I'm just going to go towards this view post, and over here you can see the post has been posted on my WordPress account with the help of the same details which we entered right over here in my spreadsheet. So as you can see, within seconds in real time, the post has been posted on my WordPress account, that too without any manual intervention. So yes, this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, we are simply going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, what we're going to do is I'm simply going to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And I'm simply going to search for it, and now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And now to start with this automation, we have two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of stars free every month to explore the application. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in. And as soon as we're going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. And over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with this automation, we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So what I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to write gardening blog articles automatically using an AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And now after clicking on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, we are simply going to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm simply going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webbook URL and then we're going to follow this help text. So I'm just going to open my Google Sheets account for the which I want to create this automation. And now from here we have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, what we have to do is we have to search for an extension which is Pabbly Connect Webbooks. So I'm simply going to search for the extension and select it. And as you can see that I have already installed this extension. So you can install this extension right from here, and I have already installed it. So it is giving me the option of uninstall. Alright, so now after installing this extension, you have to refresh your spreadsheet. It is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet. Otherwise, what is going to happen is that you're not going to get the Pabbly Connect Webbooks option right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this Pabbly Connect Webbooks option, we have to go towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards the initial setup, we have to enter the webbook URL and the trigger column. Alright, so now for the webbook URL, I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And now for the trigger column, I'm just going to keep it as C. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webbook URL. Alright, so over here, I have kept my trigger column as C because I want that as soon as I add all of these three details, then only the details should be sent towards my webbook URL. Alright, if you wish, you can definitely increase or decrease this trigger column according to your own spreadsheet. And after doing all of this, we are simply going to click on this blue button which says submit. And now after clicking on this blue button, it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webbook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webbook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and over here we're going to do the test submission. And in order to do the test submission, we are simply going to go towards this extension Pabbly Connect Webbooks, and over here you can see the button of send on event. So we simply have to switch on this button. It is a really important step to switch on this button which is send on event, because upon switching on this button, what is going to happen is that as soon as an event is going to occur in the spreadsheet, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered. Alright, so now after switching on this button, we are ready to do the test submission. I'm simply going to enter the topic, the keywords right over here, and now I'm just going to enter the target audience. And yes, with this we have successfully completed our test submission. And now what has happened is that automatically our submission details have been sent towards our webbook URL, which is towards our workflow. And yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what is going to happen is that as soon as we add these details right over here in my spreadsheet, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. Now we're going to move on forward. I'm just going to move on towards my action step. For my action application, I'm simply going to select it as OpenAI. So I'm simply going to search for OpenAI and select it right over here. Now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards this OpenAI API key page to get my API key, and I'm just going to click on this hyperlink provided, and now it is opening my OpenAI API key page. And to create a new key, we are simply going to go towards this create new secret key button, and over here we simply have to name our key. Let's say I'm just going to name this key as blog, select the project and click on this create secret key button. And now over here my key has been created, so I'm simply going to copy this key and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting this key, we are simply going to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So simply for the AI model, I'm just going to select it as GPT-4. If you wish, you can definitely select any another of your choice. And now it is asking me for the prompt. prompt. So for the prompt, I'm just going to enter my prompt right over here. And yes, you can see that I've simply entered my prompt, and over here I've written it as generate a gardening blog article based on the following details. So I'm simply going to add the details right over here, but we are not going to enter the details manually by typing it like this, but we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm simply going to map the topic right over here. Then we're going to move forward and map the keyword. I'm just going to map the keywords right over here, and now I'm just going to map the target audience. And as you can see that I've simply mapped all of these details, and I'm just going to click on this blue button which says save and send as request. And with this, we have successfully clicked on this button, and now my AI agent is going to generate me the article based on this content only. So we are just going to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is generating me the article. And yes, over here you can see that my AI agent has generated me the article. Over here you can see the message content in which my AI agent has generated me the article. So now I'm just going to enter the same article in my WordPress account, right? So I'm just going to add another action step for that. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as WordPress. So I'm just going to search for WordPress and select it right over here. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as create a post and click on this connect. Alright, so once again it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your WordPress account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection. Now we are simply going to enter the WordPress account credentials right over here. I'm simply going to enter my username, and then we're going to enter the password too. And after entering the credentials, we're going to move forward towards this base URL. And to get this base URL, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying please provide your complete publicly accessible WordPress URL. Alright, so to get this, I'm just going to open my WordPress account and copy this right from here. And we're going to paste it right over here. But this is not the base URL. My base URL is still here only. So you have to exclude anything after this, which is VP admin or VP login.php. You have to exclude all of this, but you have to include this HTTPS. Alright, so after entering this base URL, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our WordPress account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And after connecting this WordPress account, we're going to move in forward. Over here, it is asking me for the post type. So for the post type, we have to select it as post only. And now it is asking me for the post title. So I'm simply going to map the title right over here. So I'm simply going to map it. We're going to move in forward. I'm just going to map the post content from the response of my OpenAI. Now we're going to move on forward. It is asking me for many other details. So we are only going to fill in the details which are required, like this status. So I'm just going to keep the status as published only. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me for many other details. We are not going to fill in these details. Now it is asking me for the media ID. So I don't have to select any media right over here because I don't want to add any image or media in my post. So for that, I'm just going to simply switch on this mapping button and erase this media ID and also leave this field as blank. Now it is asking me for many other details, so I'm just going to keep all of these details as same only and click on this blue button which says save and send test request. Alright, and as soon as we're going to click on this save and send test request, automatically this post would be posted on my WordPress account. So as you can see that we have received the positive response, and now I'm just going to open my WordPress account and check for this post posted. So I'm just going to open my WordPress account and we're going to go towards the dashboard of my WordPress account. And now after coming over here towards the dashboard of my WordPress account, we're going to go towards the post from the left side of the bar. And after coming over here towards this all post, you can see a post has been posted with these same details. So I'm just going to click on this view post, and over here you can see the title and the content. So yes, over here you can see this is the same content which my AI agent generated. And with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the blog details into my Google Sheets, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to generate me the content. And further, with the help of the same content, I'm just going to create a post on my WordPress account. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow and this video too. And now what is going to happen is, like I showed you in the starting of this video, everything is going to happen in seconds within real time. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. And now with this, we have successfully successfully completed this video too. And if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.